Hello, welcome to Night's Arcade. I'm Sleepless Night. We are in Hardspace Shipbreaker again. Because we still haven't finished the story, which is good, actually. Because I played Hardspace Shipbreaker for, ever since it went released into early access, 2 years ago. I've played it over and over and over again, and, the goalposts, if you like to call it that, were, at one time, much further away. And I kind of like that, actually, to be honest. It wasn't impossible, but fucking close, right? So yeah, it was a lot to go through, and there wasn't an end of a story and stuff like that. So I kind of like that. But because I played it since on my own time since they completed the story, it seemed quite quick. It seemed really, really sort of fast. But now, doing this in 3-hour stints at a time for this is episode 5, and we won't finish it today, the story. Almost certainly not. It'll go into at least another week, I would say. So, it gives me a sense that it's a bit longer than I thought. It's just when it was reduced from nothing, from endless to sort of this that I thought. But, we got some bigger ships to work on today, and hopefully we're going to unlock my favourite, which is the Gecko Heavy Cargo. Bunny, welcome, buddy. How you doing? You can have a norm now. Look at that. Oh, you have a norm. Woo! Welcome back. How are you? How's everything? So let's do the usual scan around and have a look what I'm missing. I don't think we've got any. No. Filter, heatsink.
It's time for some ship.
A filter and a heatsink. That's what we need. Let's have a look at this equipment. Oh, look. Where's my wife? Oh, no. Wait, hang on. I knew I'd forgotten something. When you get everything set up and it's 15 minutes in advance, normally I'm rushing around at the last minute, but when you get everything set up and there's 15 minutes to spare, I always think, well, I must have missed something. Obviously, I've forgotten something. So, but then I thought, no, everything seems to be right, but what I forgot was the chatbot. Just about... Excuse me, just got back from the movies. What were you watching? What did you watch, buddy? What you been to see? There you go. Chatbot's on now. Now you can do it. Now you can do it at norm. What have I got there? Oh, right, that's YouTube. Okay. All right. I was wondering what everything was. There we go. Black Phone. Is that a film? I'm a movie fan, but I'm a bit... I'd never heard of that one. Black Phone. All right. Okay, let's start by... We don't need to do this. They're at 90%, but let's, And we'll spend some links tokens to upgrade a bunch of stuff. That is the tether amount. Yes, baby. Oh, look, now there's a bunch of stuff that I want in here. And that's 81 tokens, so I won't be able to afford any of those other things. No, see, I can't afford anything else now. I'm all out of cash. Or, links tokens, zoo dollars. So, we got that. But demo charges, no, can't afford any more of that. Let's work on the durability. Okay, that's freaky. See, I got a Steam notification there saying my daughter is currently playing Who's Your Daddy? Which is weird. That's just weird for me when stuff like that happens. When the universe kind of goes, yeah, look what's going on. Ethan Hawke. Well, that would explain why it's a sort of low rent, not heard much of it about the radar, but Ethan Hawke's actually one of my favourite actors. I think he's phenomenally underrated. I think particularly the work he's done in most of Richard Linklater's movies has been amazing. Searches back look a lot like The Survey. Nothing nasty and nothing out of the normal. Oh, searches are back about the house. Right, sorry, that took me. So, okay. Well, we need to get onto them now and go, excuse me, what the fuck is going on? When are we going to get to move into this house? Right, let's have a look what we can work on today. Unless I was halfway through a ship, which is possible. No, I'd finished one. There we go. Caustic Filzinger. Sounds like some sort of disease. Very good in Moon Knight. Okay. Really? So we've got one gecko, and that's it. And what is it? And it's a station hopper. Okay. And it doesn't even have. Look. Let's go back to the living space. It doesn't even have. I don't think that even has. I think it's the two things missing that we actually want. Filter and a heat. Yeah, a filter and a heat sink. See, that hasn't got neither of those things. And about the only two things that are not aboard, which is messed up. Right, let's have a look. Excuse me. Let's have a look what else they've got then. That has a filter and a heat sink, and it's just quite a simple Atlas Scout craft. So let's... And 71 mastery points at 5 points there. So that's quite a lot. That should boost us up to rank 15. I don't know if we'll quite get to rank 15 with that, but we'll give it a go. That hasn't got either of those. Yeah, no, the Atlas craft, both have got. And the Javelin, which I'm not doing. I'm not doing that. You having a laugh? Right, there. So we do this, and then we'll start with a gecko. Hopefully, you know, we don't need anything that can't be found in the geckos. It's unusual to get stuff you can't find in a gecko, to be honest, because they're massive ships. I mean, you know, the Javelins are, like, in length terms, the Javelins are, I guess in length terms, the longest Javelins are the biggest ships in the game. But that's in length terms. Like, when you go inside of, like, a gecko cargo hauler, for example, the space inside is cavernous. It's massive. Nothing like what you find in a Javelin or an Atlas. 50 tether. Oh, everything's full. Nice. Nice. Gegs, how you doing? Let's Norm. Geg. There we go. I'm a Norm, buddy. How you doing, my friend? Gegs is in the house. We're all going to be all right now. Gegs is here to save the day. Okay. That. A couple of searchlights. Boing. There we go. That's a sensor array. Oh, but it's not. Okay. Sensor array. That can come off on that aerial. Is that a? Oh no, that's a buzzy buzz. Sorry. I know what that means. You don't need to know what that means. I know what that means. It's a buzzy buzz, which was... Oh, the railgate's going. Boom. You get to pick up these subtle little audio cues when you've played this long enough. Yeah, that's a buzzy buzz. That's just my... I know what I meant. It just means I could remove it with a stinger and I didn't need a demo charge. That is sensor tower. That should come off.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
A lot of hold and remove stuff on this. It's ace. The fewer things I have to... The fewer, like, peripherals that I have to cut off the side of the ship, the better. I don't like having to, like, demo charge to remove bits and pieces of crap that are easily destroyed.
Deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Okay, that's the antenna base. Goes in the processor with the rest of it. Let's do this now, before we get too carried away with anything else, shall we? Because there's been no new update, I don't think, so so the physics will still be a bit janky on a couple of these. And it was an Atlas Scout the last time. I don't know if you've been watching this every week when I've been doing this. It was an Atlas Scout the last time that I had a bit of a... Oh, look at that. Let's just send that off towards the railgate as a surprise for anybody waiting out there, shall we? Whoosh! Good luck, buddy. Godspeed. I knew that would happen. Whenever I grab one of those at a funny angle, that tends to... Boom. Right. Now... Are you feeling better? Am I feeling better? We're still struggling with it in this house, Gegs, I'll be honest. It's, I think, right at the end of the COVID, just as we were getting older that, just as we were finally getting over the COVID, the kids I think one of them brought back something else from school. So, you know, on top of our really battered immune systems, that kind of kicked us a bit as well. So, and because I have this sarcoid problem, I have a cough for a long time after I've had a chest infection. It just sort of persists for quite a while. And Amki's feeling like crap at the moment. It's ridiculous. I've never, ever in my life had like cold symptoms for... Oops. Okay, that was my bad. That's lack of concentration right there. But yeah, much, much better than I was, but still got this lingering cough and stuffiness, you know. It's a pain in the ass. Right, so I don't know where you're going. Ooh. So, there we go. So I don't know if you've been watching this for a while. See, I cut one of these down. They've got this, they do have this janky physics problem. So whenever they do an update, you know, their updates, as I said last week, they go in cycles. You know, you'll get... So there'll be... they'll have an update which introduces a bunch of new stuff, right? And then that introduces... got a bunch of new stuff, but it introduces a load of bugs and problems. Usually one of those is a bit of a janky physics problem. So, you know, stuff starts to behave really strangely in 0G. Not on all ships, but usually on some of them. And then they'll introduce a bug that fixes that. Right? And that sort of breaks something else. So then they introduce a bug that fixes that, and everything's fine. And then a new update comes with new stuff, and we repeat the cycle all over again. So, yeah, there's been a bit of a problem with the physics has gone a bit janky again. And some of the ships. And one of them was the Atlas Scout, like this one. So when I had a bit of an issue, week before last when I did this, where everything was fine, but as soon as I made a cut later on that had nothing to do with anything. In fact, it didn't even separate the item that I was trying to remove. It didn't even separate it from the hull. It was just one cut point that had nothing to do with the rest of the ship. And cutting it just made the entire ship just blow apart like dry leaves. It was ridiculous. So we'll hope that doesn't happen this time. You know, it didn't cause a major problem. It just makes everything take longer because it repositions the ship and sends it all over the bay. And then you've got to be extra careful about cutting stuff so it doesn't get sucked into the furnace. Nothing goes into the furnace unless I tell it to. Right, so it was one of these, right? And what happened is I cut one of these. Right? And like that. And that's all. So it's not attached. It's like I haven't even separated the thing. And the whole ship went poof. But that's one of the reasons I've chosen to do this before... do the thrusters before I actually start separating the interior parts of the hull. Make all that a little bit easier. The down one here should be... No, should be loose. Okay. Alright, I think that's free, but let's see. Should be... No, crap. These, as I've said, pretty much every week since we got the Atlas Scouts, these big Atlas thruster panel sides are just a massive pain. Just because they're really heavy, and for some reason they get really easily caught up on the side of the processor, the divide there between the processor and the furnace. Really sort of catches them. And it's a pain in the ass. There we go. There we go. What's that one? I'm going to do this other one. I know it's a pain, but I just can't. It drives me nuts having these things not really working properly. I don't like having this sort of lingering over my head, these things. Come on. Right. Ass end of that's going to get pulled into the furnace if I'm not what I'm doing. There we go. So pull it out of the way a bit. No, come on. Okay. Right, alright. It's not in the way of the furnace. Let's leave that and see what happens to it. Okay. Boink. Have we got enough room to pull this out without damaging anything? Maybe. Boosh. Oh, hang on. I know what I've forgotten. I know what I forgot. Look there. There it is. There we go.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Done. There we go. So we passed point 1 already. Past point 1 already and we're good. Whoa. Right, let's go and find the front door now. Go and see what the damage is inside. How much decompression we're going to have to do. It's all pressurized, so I'll just have to hope there's a atmospheric regulator in there. Anyone excited for any new games coming up soon? Because there's none I can think of that have me excited this year. I am pretty excited about Saints Row. There are a couple of others, but like honestly, they're not. Oh, hello, that's a new one. I've never seen that one before. Sorry, a new poster. It's an ad for something, but you know. Oh, okay. So that atmo regulator is broken, and there is not one in the cockpit.
5 minutes left on the clock, Cutter.
Already? Jesus.
5 minutes remaining.
All right, Weaver. Thank you. Please tell me the one downstairs works.
Nice find, Russ. Can't wait to see you get that old beauty up and running.
Thanks, Blue. Where have you been? Right, let's hope this depressurizes and doesn't just shut that door. Oh, god damn it!
Air pressure level decreasing.
Oh, what a pain in the ass. Alright, let's... hope that doesn't do too much damage. Alright. Right, let's open that one. So what about this? Oh. No, no. Well, I think we're good. All right. Right, all that flying debris if it goes really hard against one of these units and smacks it, it can cause the unit to start arcing, and that can damage everything else and set a bunch of stuff on fire, and it's just a nightmare. Right, there shouldn't be any air behind that, because that's into the crawl space. Oh, that's the airlock, sorry. It's not the door to the crawl space. Alright. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good, pressure-wise. Whee! Oh, there are soft panels in here and mattresses. I've got to be a little bit careful what I'm doing. Oop. Radiation filter behind there and the other side. I've got radiation filters on both sides. Okay. All right, then. As you like. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Thought I'd cut through that panel. All right, we're good. Oh, hang on. There you go, you see? There you go. Okay, that's it. Look. What did I tell you? Janky physics. So we were inside that ship when I released some of the air there, even though it didn't actually leave the interior of the ship, right? So the air didn't vent out into space, right? The atmo regulator cycled the air. It didn't vent the air into space through some breach in the hull or anything. So there should be no reason at all why that ship just went, but it has done. Look, It's gone all cockeyed, isn't it?
Processing
What
value.
a pain in the arse. Yeah, so it does appear that the Scout patrol craft, the Atlas Scout, is one of the ships that's a bit buggy with the physics at the moment. You know, nothing major, but... Cult of the Lamb. Yeah, that's a new one on me. That's a new one on me. We can take that all through the bottom in a minute, I think. We're good.
Deposited.
Okay, right. When it's objects like this that you're removing, you know, it doesn't take, it doesn't take an Einstein to figure this out, obviously, but, just as a point of always take the bottom panels off first, because then you haven't necessarily got to even remove the rest, because otherwise, if you start from the top, all of those panels, they all come off individually, whereas if you just take the bottom panel first to separate it from the hull plating, separate it from the deck plate, then, your job takes half as long, innit? Bing! There we go. Processor fodder. That goes on the barge.
Time is winding down, Cutter.
Yes, thank you, Weaver.
Finish strong.
I am well aware.
Salvage is secured.
Oh,
Applying
crap.
credit.
We've only got a minute left. I don't think I can get those in there in that time, but let's have a go. Let's do the same thing with that. Oh, watch your drift like that. See, I was drifting there quite a bit. It's not unheard of at all to start drifting into the furnace if you do that. Not at all. Right, let's go see what else is on this. I don't think I can cut out that plate. I mean, I can, but, not cleanly. If you see what I mean. You probably don't.
Salvage.
Are you even listening? I don't know.
Transferring credit.
It's just background noise, really, isn't it? There we go. We're going in. Demo on Steam, Cult of the Lamb. Interesting. Yes, and the shift.
Good morning, Shipbreaker.
Good morning, Control.
Your theta wave levels are high. Please administer 2 caffeine pods
Yep.
before starting your shift.
Hey, we got a new Sunny Chips poster. Wait, put that over by the kitchen there, where the bunny poster is now. Yeah, there we go, Sunny Chips. That seems like where it belongs, doesn't it? Right, terminal. I've got both things for the armadillo, so I can add those. And I got a data drive with something on it. Black Castle. Playing both sides. Private security, Black Power. What? Transcript. How long is that? Alright, no, I'm not going to do that now.
Hi, it looks like you're trying to upgrade on your ship. Would you like help with that?
No, I'm good, thanks. Shippy.
Work surgeon in training.
I don't have an ion coil now. Okay, ion coil. What do we find those in? I can't remember. Ion coils. Ion coils. What do we find ion coils in? Ion coil found in thermal spread. Oh, right. No, there's no heat sinks on this, but there will be on the Geckos. When we come to do the Geckos, there will be. So we're good. Don't worry about it. I'm sure you weren't worried about it. It's like being on the radio a bit. It's a talking job, mostly. Might be background noise to everybody else, but... we do what we do. Right, let's cut those first of all and send that in there. Oh shit. Right, that one and that one. There we go. Done. Oopsie. Go. Yep.
Deposit accepted for processing.
Right, control. You don't have to sound so happy about it.
Salvage deposit registered. Account
Control is voiced by Shipbreaker's executive producer, Jessica Klein. Whee! Little bit of useless Shipbreaker trivia you didn't want to know, but there it is.
credits awarded.
Console in August. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I've been waiting for the Saints Row reboot, but it's looking... It's irritating the crap out of me because my life has been upside down here. You know, mostly for good reasons. But some for bad. Lives have been upside down here for ages, right? And there've been no real games that I'm super excited about. And then we got Starfield, but that's been put off till next year, you know.
Salvage secured.
And, a couple other things. Later this year, there's Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, which I think you're going to see me and the boys playing. But Saints Row was one of the things I'm kind of really excited about. But it now looks as though like its release date is actually going to be round about when we're probably going to be moving house again in a few weeks' time. So that's means I once again I won't really be
Salvage deposit.
up to speed on that at the same time that everybody else is. So unfortunate, but there it is. Oh, that's a
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
You're a pain in the arse. Okay. I'm gonna refuel one of these. We got thruster fuel. We don't need anything else in there except that, but that's still connected to the power, so I'll get electrocuted if I try to remove it. Yep. Oh, look, bottles for my sticker.
Applying credit.
No. Once again, don't need these. Just for stupid bragging rights, really. To say, hey, I did that. Sensible people will go, why did you do that? Like, so that I could get a sticker.
Credits transferred.
Like, yeah, you're really one of Lynx's little sheep, aren't you?
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
Is the new house move going as planned? Well, it's not really going anywhere at the moment because, we're in that stage where we're waiting now. We've done everything that we feasibly can. We're just waiting to see, when we get a completion date and stuff like that. And it's a bit of a pain because, of course, we don't want Aya to be going to her old school for a few days or weeks and then have to go to the new school.
Salvage
We want her to start at the new school at the beginning of term, so, we're kind of running out of time for that. So they better hurry up. You don't need to pull this ladder off, it's worth about 10 pence. But, gets it out of the way.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Oh, goddamn fabric panels in front of this thing. That's a pain, that is, because... Although, I'm just wondering if it'll set fire to these, because the fabric panels, some of them are actually attached to that, and I don't want to risk... Well, one way to find out, I guess. No, we're good. That's alright. Wait, mind you. Oh, it's not going to move without removing the fabric panels. Never mind. Oh, that's coolant. Great. Okay. meh, meh, meh. What? What are you going meh, meh for? What are you on about now? Phone. So, okay. What? The May thing, no, they didn't miss it. There just wasn't enough money in the NARC account. They didn't miss paying me, I just didn't earn enough money. The channel did not make enough money that month to get a payout. It happens from time to time. Aline, as a child, you would play house or musical chairs. As an adult, you get to play musical houses and slowly boiling anxiety. Yeah. Welcome, buddy. Let's see you have a norm. Good luck with it all. Thanks, buddy. You know, it's... Again, we're going to have sort of space issues in there, but at least it will be our house, so... No more landlord. No more landlord. And if we need to make more space, we can just make more space. Well, you know, we can't create... I'm going to stop talking about that. I'll stick to talking about Shipbreaker, because I at least reasonably, well, know what I'm talking about. Normally, I'd go zipping through here with the split saw to make it really fast, but since there are coolant barrels... See, here, we're alright. Oh, no, and there's a fuel one in here. That's much worse. Oh, that's much worse. That should remove the nose cone. Boosh. Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, that'll find its way in. Right.
Processing valuable objects.
Get that out of the way. There's the reactor.
Credits deposited.
Oh. No, we're good. Go, baby, go. Fly. Be free. That's just to loosen that thing so that it clears the front of the cockpit, and then I can send that to its destination over there. And it doesn't knock anything. Is that free? Yep. Appears to be. Go, go, go. Okay.
Valuable object processed.
Whee.
Awarded.
Okay.
Secured. Account credit applied.
No.
Salvage goal met. Rewards will be...
Oh, crap. Go. Go, go, go. Oh, I got nearly 6 minutes. I think we'll be good. I think we'll complete it.
Salvage registered. Transferring credit.
Or at least if I don't. We've done the thrusters, that's like the main bit. And we'll get the...
Credit
Ow!
awarded.
That was stupid. At least I didn't do a massive charged push. That's weird. Where is that? Still attached. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just too heavy. Yep, just too heavy. Boink.
Deposit accepted.
Right, so that thing is... I've still got to take those stupid soft paneling things off.
Got about 5 minutes to fill your boots.
Fail your boots. Thank you very much, Weaver. Alright, radiation filters. As long as you don't give these a nasty knock or set fire to them, they're fairly straightforward. What I tend to do... once I've actually burnt that away, instead of just assuming that I had done and leaving it. There we go. What I tend to do is just move backwards a bit grab hold of that, and that'll give it enough momentum to pull it out of the way. And then, there you go. Just to make sure it doesn't clatter on everything, or anything on its way out. Because if it does,
Deposit confirmed. Applying
it creates a cloud of radioactive particles. Which don't do you a lot of good, as you can imagine. And it gets much worse if they accidentally get set on fire or something. There we go. Radiation filters out. Class 1 reactor, dead easy. Down it goes.
salvage goal reached.
That needs to come out. Oh, come on. There we go. These can be quite heavy. Oh, I have still got to cut those off, though. I don't know if I'm going to bother doing that today. I think we might miss it, but we'll see. See if we have the time.
Processing object.
Oh, take that off. There you go. See, they're just... I'm not really bothered what happens to those. But this thing's going to the barge, so... Down it goes. Right, we'll see what I can get done in 3 minutes. So I'll give myself 2 minutes before I start pulling this thing into the furnace. Pulling the whole panel in, because otherwise we'll lose all of that. I'll try to get rid of these in time, if I can. If I can separate them from the ship and send them into the processor, they are worth quite a bit of money. The radiation filter housing is worth quite a bit, but it's just a bit fiddly to remove. Is it free? Yes. There we go. And there's one on the other side. I think we'll be all right. Whee! Okay.
Please revisit your training.
I don't need to revisit my training, lady. This is the... What? How do you suggest I remove this from the rest of the hull? Because if I use the split saw, chances are it'll just incinerate that anyway. And what's it worth? That little bit of aluminium is worth what? About 8.5 credits.
For processing.
Oh, look, it's taking that with it, look. That's going into the processor today, whether it likes it or not. She's going to say that it's gone to the wrong place, but... Or it's going to say that it can't process it, probably. Right, anything else in here? Oh, crap.
All salvage goals complete. All rewards allocated.
Come on, baby. We can do this. Right, now I'm sending these out through the bottom, which is a bit of a thread the needle kind of thing, but it's okay.
Salvage secured.
They're fine, look. See? Plenty of room. Don't need to take that off. That was a waste of time. That's worth quite a bit, though. Okay. Oh, we go. Oh, there we go. This thing. Power junction box. And then that. Come on, baby. Come on. I've only got a minute to send this into the... Okay, there we go. 1,
Salvage
2,
registered. Transferring
3,
credits.
4.
6 till this turkey's done, Cutter.
5. There we go. Done. That should be enough to get it there in time. Boosh. Yeah, I know it's a soft panel down there that doesn't go in there, but
Salvage deposit accepted.
again, it's worth nothing, so I don't really care. What's that? It's a soft panel. What else have I forgotten? There'll be something massive that I've forgotten I left floating about. No, that's the rail gate. No, I think we're good. We're good. Right, let's see if I've got time to get my tethers at the kiosk and my fuel before I go inside. Come on, baby.
Welcome to Vintage
Fuel.
5000. Thank you for
Tethers, got it. Look at that. Efficiency. That's what it's all about. Efficient. 12 million credits we made that shift. Well, we didn't make that much because we don't own our equipment yet, so they're going to take a bunch of that off us.
Level has been achieved.
Veteran. Rank 15. Oh, look, see? It did take us to rank 15. I thought it might, but I wasn't sure. I could have just done the math, but, you know, it's hot in here, hot enough in here as it is without my brain smoking steaming.
Hello, Shipbreaker.
Oh dear.
You
It's
have
intercom time.
incoming transmission wait.
This probably ain't going to be good. Let's see. Oh dear.
52? It's Hal.
No. Yep, there we go.
You know, in a lot of ways, you and I are the same.
No, we're not. Fuck off.
Came from Earth, hard worker, doing the real grunt work. You could be wearing my uniform someday,
No, thanks.
making decisions. That's a precious opportunity, you know. And it's hard. Harder than shipbreaking, to be honest.
Mm.
You know, in this position, you gotta make the tough calls.
Here it comes.
Big picture stuff. You're gonna hurt people. You're gonna make them angry, sad, scared, even cry. But you gotta do it. It's the job. One bad move, and boom! Right back down to where you came from. But yeah, I like you. You're not a troublemaker. Troublemakers spoil everything, if you let them. Keep doing what you're doing.
Oh no, this is all right.
And don't let them spoil you, 52. Stay on the straight and narrow. And I'll be sure to mention you in my final report. See you around, chum.
Chum, my ass. Your corporate overlords are most pleased, or at least less irksome.
Good
Yes.
morning, Shipbreaker.
Well,
Lynx mandates a maximum of 8 hours of sleep. Any extra sleep time will be docked from the next pay cycle.
hey, Gecko, heavy cargo. So that, we're going to do one of those now. That is my favorite ship in the game. It's my favorite ship to cut down. It's just a lot of fun. Right, let's get rid of this thing. And put that there. What else we got? There we go. All right. Keep that like that. There's no heat sink on that ship, so we can't do that. Let's go and see what we can upgrade. What? Okay. Yep. Righty ho. No, I'm not interested. Right, let's just repair up. Let's just. I know that was only at 98%, but you know what you can do. Okay, so let's grapple strength would be a good one, but so would tether lifetime and that charged push force. I want that one. And the grapple strength. Oh, we got another grapple strength upgrade. Tether lifetime. That's a good one. And the range on the split saw. Actually, if we've got geckos, we've got big hulls of geckos coming up. Their split saw range increase is probably a really good call. Because sometimes, like, you know, when you're going down cut points, one of the great things about, like, the station hopper gecko or the heavy cargo gecko that we're going to do in a minute, you can sort of buzz all the way down them, and you can see all the way down the interior of the hull in places, and you can just use the split saw. If you angle it right, you can use the split saw to cut all the cut points down one way. As long as you're careful, as long as you know what's down there, and you're not going to accidentally cut through a coolant line or something. Right, so we did that one. Let's see if we've got a heavy cargo gecko now. We've got a station hopper. No, we haven't got a heavy cargo gecko, but we can do the station hopper. These are a bit of a pain in the ass. They're a bit of a pain because there's an interior compartment on the station hopper geckos, because the station hoppers, they're just like salvage, like passenger liners, right? So they're like passenger. It's like a bus, right? So they've got a bunch of seats and little ad, you know, like you have ads on buses and stuff like that. They have ad screens and seats and all sorts of stuff like that inside station hoppers, okay? But on the mackerels, there's like, I don't know, you've got maybe 8, 9 seats and then a couple of screens, and you take the floor out, you know, you remove the outer hull and you can just blast them through the bottom of the ship. Done. But on a station hopper, on a Gecko station hopper, the Gecko is huge. So on the station hopper Gecko, you've got to kind of get inside. You've got to get inside the ship, and when you come to the passenger compartment, it's got probably, I don't know, maybe 20 seats in it, 25 seats, and a bunch of computer screens and stuff like that. And you've got to get all those to the barge. But in order to do that, you've got to remove a huge floor panel that doesn't come out with cut points. So you've got to melt the damn thing, which is huge, or, you know, cut through it, which creates a lot of mess. But, you know, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. It's quite a while since I've done a station hopper gecko, actually. I haven't done one of these for ages. I tend not to bother with them because usually you can find a cargo gecko, and I prefer working on those. Oh, here's Lou.
Sitting in that shoebox of a hab is driving me up the wall.
Well, at least you got us in your ear all day.
It's just not the same. I need action. I need to drink a beer with friends every now and again.
You get used to it, I guess.
Even playing board games together would be nice.
Board games, yes. Hello, collected drinking game, anybody?
Oh, yes. I love that game. I never win, but it's okay.
One day, we'll be out of here, and we'll all have a beer together somewhere. Promise.
Okay. There we go. Oh, I don't need that because it'll just shut the airlock. Alright, so this is a passenger compartment of a Gecko station hopper, right? So all of this crap, it's basically like an airliner. So all of this crap has got to go out through the floor, but you've got to melt the floor away to get rid of it all. So it's, you know, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Where the hell is the... Oh, God. Yeah, it's a long time since I've done one of these. ECU. Oh, crap. I could have handled that better.
Airlock pressurizing.
What? Why is the airlock? Okay. Whatever. Okay. Oh, that. Okay. Yeah. O2. You know, that's fuel's knackered. All right. Let's. Somewhere we've got to find an atmo regulator. Oh look, repair kit. I'll have that. Oh crap. Really? Just the one in the cockpit? That's all you got? Alright, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's depressurize this room.
Increasing.
Increasing? What are you talking about, increasing? Why is this not pressurized?
Air pressure level decreasing.
That doesn't make any sense. How did the hull depressurize just through that one room? What happened? Okay, whatever. Well, I mean, there's still... This airlock's still pressurized. Rid of that.
Airlock depressurizing.
My immersion is ruined. Look at all that legroom. I know, right? Look at it. Tons of it. Like, you don't imagine for a second, do you, that a company like Lynx would do that. Alright, let's depress the other airlock.
Airlock depressurizing.
There we go. Right. So now, all sorts of stuff in there. But now we go in to the outer hull. So this is the guts of the ship. Look at the size of these things. Goph, come in here. You tell me off because I haven't got my light on. Right. First things first. Shut down all the fuel lines to the thrusters, because it's not unlike me to disconnect the power and then not be able to do this, and then we cause all kinds of issues. Now we do my favourite bit, which let's just okay, watch out for that soft crate. See, there's stuff like that floating around in the hull, and if you accidentally hit one of those with your split saw, it can cause a few problems. Just link those together. See, this is a good little, rather than sort of holding on every single one of these and going, if you just like link them together with tethers, they'll pull each other off the sides. Let me just remove these, I think, first. Where are the other ones? Is that it? Must be one further up. No, you don't. Where are you going? There you go. Oh, yeah, see? There's one. Oh, they're in the... Right, okay. I see what happened. I see. Whee! Okay. So now, usually there's a little pinch in the bottom of these, so there's like a little pinch in the hull where it goes up and you can't actually get through. But we'll see. In these geckos, oh, see, look, there. I just cut through aluminium, which is not the end of the world, but it's just a bit of debris now floating around that I don't really want. So you see, you can see all the way down there, all the way to the end of the ship, and if you can angle the split saw right and you've got enough range, it'll cut all of those off right to the end, like that. It just saves a lot of time. This is why I love these. They have these really satisfying... oh dear. That didn't work, now did it? Oh, god damn it. Right, see, here, these are reinforced and sort of held together with these... Oh, with these keels, which can be a bit of a pain. Most of the time, they're no problem at all, but when you get a really long one that doesn't have any cut points, physics-wise, it can be a little bit of a... Oh dear, look. Janky physics, look. That wants to go somewhere. Yeah, physics-wise, they can be a little bit of a pain to maneuver into the processor. Okay. There's fuses for the power generator. Just got to be a little bit careful cutting through these sorts of things, because, as I said, you never really know what's behind it. Well, I mean, you should, but sometimes you get carried away and it's a bit difficult to tell. Right, oh look, so in this heat, if I can't find one loose kicking around, here there'll be an ion coil in there for my little ship, so I can vandalize a piece of Link's equipment. Where's the packet of stale peanuts? Alright, there we go. I quite often do these when I'm doing this by myself these days. I quite often just do this with the stinger because rather than with the split saw, because if your aim is just slightly off with the split saw, it doesn't do any damage. I mean, you can damage the airlock if your aim's way off, but even if it's slightly off, you shouldn't be able to damage the airlock accidentally without being really careless. But you've only got to be ever so slightly careless to create just little bits of debris. And although it's not the end of the world, I find it a bit of a pain. So you know, I'm going to send that into the processor without removing that. I was about to. Stupid boy. Boink. Right. Make sure you remove your airlock consoles because it's worth a lot more than the thing that you're sending in. There we go.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Doesn't matter about the airlock consoles in the middle of the airlock tunnel because it's going to the same place. So they're going on the barge anyway.
Confirmed. Applying credit.
Whee!
Gunner, shift clock says 5 minutes.
5 minutes remaining. Do what you do. Really? Right, you see this massive piece of aluminium here says go into the furnace, right? That should go into the furnace. But that tiny little piece of nanocarbon is worth more. Why is that to... Oh, right, there we go. I was going to say that shouldn't... That's an odd shaped panel to be all stuck to one. I must have missed a cut point, which indeed I had. There we go, right. So now that can go into the furnace. But if you ever get a panel that's like that, bear in mind that, like, a quarter of that amount of nanocarbon will be worth more than a huge piece of aluminium. A piece of nanocarbon will be worth a lot more than a piece of aluminium that's about 3 times the size, so always make sure you make those choices correctly. You have chosen wisely.
Deposit accepted for processing.
Whee! Again, they're just a pain. I don't really care what happens to that ladder, but it's a pain in the ass to leave it there. I think that's loose. Pretty sure.
Credits deposited.
Go, go, go. Oh, yeah, it is, but it's really heavy. Okay. Oh, damn.
Processing value.
This is where your tether lifetime thing comes in, because when you're moving an object with only 1 or 2 tethers and it's really heavy, and you've only got a tether lifetime of about a minute, it's going to take longer than a minute for that to reach the processor. So if it's coming from like way across the bay, or if you're dragging it past the furnace, for example, that's a good one. If you're dragging it past the furnace or something past the furnace, if your tether lifetime is only like, let's say for example, a minute, and you're dragging it past the furnace all the way to the processor, but it's really, really heavy, so it'll take a long time to get there. The likelihood is, you know, you got a minute, and then the tether will deactivate, and then it's just hanging there, and it's more importantly, it's hanging there in front of the furnace. So it's not going to take much for the furnace to go and just really drag that in. It's a pain in the ass. There's another cut point for the keel.
Deposit registered.
Oops.
Account credited.
Now, these are a bit weird because what used to have to do quite a lot of cutting to remove this from the outside panel. You used to have to get quite sort of inventive to remove these. But I can't really remember how it's done now. Now that they've adjusted it, you don't have to melt massive panels away. I don't think. At least not on the cargo one. Maybe on the station hopper you still do. I don't know. But yeah, there's a reason for this.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
You have to melt all of this away, but it used to be. Yeah, there you go. See, that's loose now. That never used to happen. See how all that came loose? That you never used to be able to do that. So you would cut those panels away, and then you would have to melt. You cut the little bars away that hold them, the framework. Then you have to melt the panels away to cut through that, or cut through it. But if you cut straight through it, you risk cutting into any of the equipment that was in there. So, which was a bit of a pain. There you go. Look, it's all on little panels now that just come apart. Look at that. Oh, shouldn't have done that. That was a bad idea. Maybe a cut point. I haven't. No. No, it's just really heavy. Whee! Mordred! I'm a Norm, Mordred. How you doing, my friend? No, no, no. I don't... come on, out. Out, out. There we go. Oh, crap, there's more in there. Trust that to be the one that I've put on.
Salvage deposit.
Ship's almost done in the
I know that.
1 minute left.
Weaver, shut up. I'm trying to make sure I've got everything out. Okay, we're good. So these are some of the improvements they've made to the way these ships cut down over time. Well, I say improvements. Some of them are actually a bit of a pain, but for the most part, these are improvements to the way the ships come apart, because it used to be a bit of a pain, and hardly, I mean, it's still hardly intuitive in some places.
Salvage goal achieved. Rewards allocated.
There we go. Oh. There's a lot of ramble kicking about. Right. Nah. Oh, we're going inside. We're going inside, folks. There's nothing we can do. Let's send that in there. Whee! I'm good, buddy. Thank you. Very good. Hey, Supop! I'm a Norm now. Look at that. Welcome back. I'm all right. How are you? We're cutting down big bad geckos today, and once we've done this station hopper, I'm going to do we're going to, hopefully, if they've got one on the list, we're going to do my favourite ship to cut down, which is a Gecko Heavy Cargo, because they are a breeze to cut apart. They take a long time, but they come apart. They come apart in ways that make sense. There's nothing awkward. You know, there aren't any bits on the cargo. There aren't any bits that you've got to go like, right, okay, cut this, cut that, melt that away, pull it out, rotate 90 degrees so it goes through the thing, take it out, then make sure you've there's none of that. It's like you can cut about the outer shell once you get into the inner bit, and it just comes like peels like an onion. Great fun. You know, define fun in it, but whatever. Whatever. Employee terminal. I don't think I've got anything. No. Right. Let's go and see what what state my equipment is in. My wife would probably say old and broken. Oh, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't need that. Oh, I got 23 links tokens anyway. That's not going to buy me anything.
Night, I love you.
Night, honey.
Good thing Richard is in here when you say stuff like that.
Who?
Richard.
Why is that?
What? Because he would have beat you two. That's what
Oh,
she said.
yeah, well, he's not even in the chat, Richard, so... Night, honey. Right. Let's carry on with this dastardly machine. Yeah, the station hoppers aren't too bad. Oh, no. There we go. He's off. Middle management. Fridge magnet speak again.
Man's only true skill is innovation. If one cannot innovate, one must move aside for those who can. So true. So true. Even you guys out there, in your day-to-day, how are you innovating? How are you changing the face of salvaging? Or do you need to move aside? Think about it.
Shut up, pal. Man, the man's an idiot. We.
Salvage secured. Applying credit. Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
No, there's a poster we don't have. And I want that
Salvage secured.
door console. Thank you. Oh, that's just the timer interplanetary one. Again. Right. Let's go back inside the outer skin there. See, the keels, like I said, they're not massively difficult, but sometimes they can be a pain in the ass.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Whee! Okay. Oops. Yep, no, that's free. Okay. This is one of the bits. It's one of my favourite parts of breaking down the bigger ships. Is when you've cut everything away and they just peel apart like an onion. It's awesome. I don't know. Don't judge me. I don't know why I get so excited by it. I just do.
Awarded.
Do not judge, lest ye be judged. Right. Judge not, lest ye be judged. Right, see this keel here is a bit of a pain, because it's really long, and that makes it a bit of a pain in the arse. Quite, to be honest. Oops. No, there we go. Right. Because we use... There we go. We use that. That's fine, right? But watch it. It'll swing. Physics being what it is, it'll swing backwards and forwards.
Rewards allocated.
No, that's not too bad. That went fairly smoothly. Get rid of this piece of crap. There we go. Whee! Okay.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
Right. Let's see what else we got. Oh no, tail pieces now. Right, let's go up top and see what's left to do there. Okay. Quite a bit of cutting around here. There we go. Oh, yeah. See, so now, see, there's an aluminium panel there, right? And if I do that, it'll cut through those two cut points. Even if I do that, and you'll probably get a little bit of overspill, and it'll cut through this aluminium panel, and you'll just have debris, right? And that's okay. If you lower that down a little bit, you should be able to stop it from doing that. The other way to do that is just to, if you come over and you don't want to do that, see this right there. So you can't cut through that, and you can't cut through that. So if you just turn your cut thing sideways and just do that, that stops it from accidentally cutting through anything you don't want it to cut through. Little things that, you know, help you speed things up as time goes on. You get used to the game. There's a keel. Oh, right. So before I cut all those panels away, I need to cut these other two nacelles off, because otherwise I'm going to forget they're there, and I'm just going to send them into the I'm going to send them into the processor with these things attached. Which, of course, I don't want to do, because the nacelles go to the barge and they're worth an absolute fortune.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Oopsie. That was a sloppy cut. Should have been more careful there. I got away with it, but could have been nasty. Right, send that down there.
Deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Got it, boss. Okay. Yes, I can hear you. Biddy, biddy, biddy. Oh, right, okay. Right, now, these tail pieces are, on the geckos, are just, they are massive. And can be a little inconvenient if you're not careful. So, the first thing that I always do with this, because they're just too big. They're too big to sort of drag down the side and get into the processor. They'll get hung up on stuff, and then they get pulled into the furnace. So I pull these out of the way until later by attaching them to the back of the bay, just to pull them out the way, and then they'll just sit there. See? Off they go. There it goes, very slowly, because as I said, they're extremely heavy. But, you know, it's just a safe place to put them while we clear everything out the way so we can then send them nice and safely. You can do it with this one as well if you like, but this one's in the middle. It won't be... I mean, it just gets it out of the way, I guess. That's not such a big problem, that one, but... Oh, how slow? Come on. Get rid of that soft crate. That's a pain in the arse. And then the thrusters should all be free of the tail pieces and these fuel canisters, because you don't want to have a nasty accident with one of those going up in smoke.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
But it does take a long time to move all this stuff. Let's get that keel out of the way. Boink. Stupid piece of debris that I made earlier when I sloppily cut that thing.
Applying credits to account.
There's another soft crate in there. What's that doing there? God knows how that ended up in there. Right, now...
Salvage deposited. Applying credits to account.
There we go, thrusters. Let's just pull that under there. Just watch out for those fuel lines going up and down. There shouldn't be anything running through them now, but...
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Yeah, because there's no lights on the fuel line. No, and it's got like a hollow... You can't actually hear fuel rushing through it, so... If you put your hand on the pipe, you can tell whether there's fuel going through it or not. It's one of those little details that I absolutely love about this game. That they've... Oh, what a pain in the ass. Go. Okay, what else is caught up in there? There's another fuel canister there.
Salvage accepted.
Right, now, what we need to do is free these pipes from the underneath there. But there's a coolant line here, which is still live. Right? Hear that? Right? Fuel pipe empty. With the music, might be difficult for you if you're not used to it to tell the difference, but
Before they turn the lights out on you, we were out.
it's like an empty sound, where the other one's like a rushing sound. Oop, no, that's the same pipe. Coolant, it makes a bit of a sound. When the fuel's running through, that makes a very distinctively different sound. There we go, we melt that point, and then all of those should be separate. But they are also a little bit ungainly, so. There we go.
Valuable objects processed. Credits awarded.
Nah. Let's see. Oh, go back here. Get back. Get back here. No. Where you going? Yo. I've got a Spider-Man after this damn thing now because I sent it whizzing off into space. Get back here. I didn't say you could leave. Oops. Bumped me head into one of the jacks. That was a bit of a waste of time pursuing that, really. It's not really worth it, but you know. Got a rush of blood to the head and decided to go after it. Should have just let it spiral off into space, but there's a part of my brain that goes, that's gonna hurt somebody. It's ludicrous, I know, but somebody's gonna get hurt if you don't go get that. Ugh. God damn fuel lines. There we go.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Is that free? Yes. Oh crap. No. No.
Valuable component.
Look at that. Got sloppy there and just lost 78,000 credits. Impatient. Oh, that's the same thing's going to happen to that if I'm not careful. Impatient. Sent a nanocarbon panel into the furnace. Because I got it bounced off that damn thing there.
Deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
Sadly, you don't get paid extra for... No, you do not get paid extra for saving runaway salvage. Especially not if you're the one that made it run away in the first place. Right, I'm gonna... In a second, I'm gonna go inside this ship, see if I can find an ion coil, because we need one for the armadillo. And if I can't find one, I'm gonna have to oik it out of that heatsink there.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
What? Right, so the coolant lines we can't separate because, of course, the coolant is still going through that line. And once the coolant stops going through that line, it will cause the reactor to go into meltdown.
One
Right.
minute left, Cutter.
Now that I've removed a bit of that, look,
Now's the time to plate it.
because I haven't got time to do much else. But so here's what I do with these big tail pieces, because they can get pulled into the furnace really, really easily, and they're worth a fortune. So I'll put one, like, on about the edge of there, and then another one, same place at the bottom. And then I'll put one in the middle, which goes to that jack there. So that one that goes to that jack will help pull it out of the way, or should help pull it out of the way of the furnace, so the furnace doesn't grab it and suck it in. See, if I just put those two there, if you look at the line of the thing, if I just put those two lines there, it would just go on that trajectory, and the pull of the furnace is so intense that it would pull it over to one side. Whereas if you put one up there as well, it will kind of go to the center point between those two things, which is right in front of the processor. And then you can either use a line to send it in, or eventually, you know, if it's close enough, the processor will just suck it in anyway when you're good. But you know, those really big panels can be a bit of a pain.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52.
Morning.
Lynx would like to share the following inspirational message. The
Go for it.
greatest reward in life is the chance to work hard at work worth doing.
Sure. Yeah. Whee! From the Habitat Enrichment Department. So we need the ion coil for this thing, and it said there was one there. And when it says that about a ship, so when you look at the star, it says there's an ion coil floating about, and a heatsink, and a circuit, and a dampener, a fuse, and a rod, and some wires. When it lists all that stuff there, that's not all the ship. That's not all the stuff that's in there. That's the stuff that's free floating on the ship. That's the stuff you should be able to find just floating around, loose. But you can also pull those things off certain bits of equipment. 60 links tokens. Right, the cooldown. That's going to be a helpful thing when we go to melt out the floor to get rid of all the seats and stuff. Sort that out for the thrusters. We're good. So let's do this. Right, still got a long way to go. Refill the tethers and the...
Hey there. It's just... The pressure is really getting to me. It feels like... When I was just a kid. You heard about the Kuril Islands?
No.
It's like hell there. We escaped when I was maybe 5. Crossing the ocean in those tiny boats was the scariest 2 weeks of my life. You have no idea.
No, I don't.
We got so close, we could see Pacifica. But this storm comes in, flips all of us over. I just remember sinking deeper and deeper, the water closing in all around me, and that's what this feels like. I guess that's why I'm such a screw-up. I'm not built to carry all this weight. Anyway, thanks for listening, Cutter.
Don't worry about it, Kai. You're not a screw-up, dude. You're alright. Poor Kai. I always feel really sad for Kai, because he really does suck at this job. Like, and I mean, you'll see, like, as the story winds on, you'll see that he really, really, really does suck at this job. But, you know, not everybody's cut out for it. Like, you know, I like him. Poor kid. Like, just doing his best.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Yeah, get rid of these panels. These filter panels, anyway. These air filters. And go straight down to the barge. Right. So look there. That's sort of left that right in front of the processor. So now just one of these will be enough, and then you can just walk away and forget that. Look at that. Dropped it right in front of the processor, look. No, no problem. There you go. And that'll, you know, it'll slow, but it'll sort itself out. I don't want to disconnect the power yet, because I might need it for something. So I'm not going to mess about doing that at this stage. When I get to this, what we'll do... well, I'll show you. When we get there, don't worry about that right now. When we come to take that reactor out, from those ones, from that position, it's quite easy. It's not a really a major problem. But because of the position...
Registered. Transferring credit.
Those ones actually kind of do have to be taken out a certain way. So the easiest way to do that one is going to be to disconnect the ECU first, which I didn't do on the last time we had a Class 2 reactor. Because if you're in a position that you don't have to disconnect the ECU, then I generally don't bother. Because it's like you can get the reactor there fast enough. But on these ones, we will have to disconnect the ECU. I'm just going to see if I can find this ion coil before I go taking the interior of this ship apart to such a degree that I won't be able to there's a rod in there. Let's start. Oh. There's a rod. Can't. What is that? Okay, I can't find an ion coil floating loose in this ship. So, I'm going to nick one by... Oh, wait, what's that? No, that's the fuse. Sorry, that's the fuse for the power generator. Yeah, no, I can't find one. Yeah, no idea. So, what we'll do is we'll take it out of this thing. So, to do that, take that off. First of all, disconnect it, because you disconnect stuff from the power really before you start doing this, because otherwise you can get a bit of a nasty shock. And then you get that. Hold to extract an ion coil from the thermal spreader. There you go. So now it's broken it a bit, but we've got ourselves an ion coil, and this thing isn't going to be worth anywhere near as much as it would have been, because it's just, you know, look, 442 credits. So we pretty much wrecked that, but I just wanted the ion coil out of it. So now, what we're going to do, the ECU is on the other side of this panel, okay? Now, in this instance, it is possible, I mean, you can just go into here, if you cut out the windows, if you cut out these windows, you can just go in here and pull the reactor out through the back and drop it in there, and you should be fine. Don't worry about it. But no. That's still a bit of a pain, isn't it, really? Yeah, no, I'm going to do it that way anyway. The reason being that if I go down here to this position, right, what I'm going to have to do is disconnect the ECU, then come here, and while the reactor is in meltdown, I'm then going, as it's going into meltdown, I'm going to have to melt that piece of panel off and pull that out of the way, then pull this down and get the reactor out. Or I can send it down to the barge and then spend my time faffing about in there getting all the other panels out. But it's easier to just do this. Okay. Right. So there we got the window. Oh, crap. There we are. Right, there we go. So that's that free. Now,
Material deposited.
I could also, of course, have just melted this, and that would have released the window, I guess. But we're going to make ourselves plenty of space so that we don't get the reactor hung up on anything when we go to pull it out, because we want to do that really fast. So let me just melt these. It's been a long day for me, and this bunny is tired. I will see you all on the flip side. Failing that, next episode. All right, buddy. Thank you for dropping by again. Good to see you. Sleep well. I hope you have restful sleep, my friend. Right. You know, this is just me being a bit OCD, removing these corner pieces, because they're not going to get in the way, but... let's take that off. And that's not going to do anything, but... Right, now...
Salvage deposit.
now you've got a nice, free, easy kind of... space that you can... see, we can get quite easily now to the reactor, so if we're just going to pull that straight out, and then... send it... nah! Oh, that nearly went wrong. I backed into this damn thing. And that almost went horribly wrong there. No, don't get caught under there. Come on. Come on. Right, yeah, so that, see? That almost went horribly wrong. So, all the difference that it makes is that if you... so, let's just do this for the purpose of illustration. Let me just show you. now that that's gone, if I melt this wall away completely, because it's not worth a great deal, this one individual panel. There we go. Right?
Salvage destroyed.
And then,
Please avoid damaging valuables.
what you would do... Let's take that off. You don't need to take that off, but again, it just gives a slightly clearer line of sight to the coolant tanks. Then you would take... What I would do, anyway, is take the coolant tanks from the back one first. And you'll see why in a second. Take it from the back one first, and then... Once you'd planned everything else, right, so you've got everything else out of the way, if you're going to bring this out through the bottom, here, right, what you'd do is then get in a position where you could sort of move freely over to that side, and get so you can just see that coolant tank. You don't have to pick it up, just release it. There we go. Then the reactor will go into meltdown, and then you're going to probably just melt through all of that. Because it'd be the quickest way to do it would be to melt the entire pipe. Right, and then you just pull that out through the bottom. Okay? Oh, but, sorry. Before doing all that, you'd have melted this. Which I would have done if the reactor was still in there, because I wouldn't be as careless, but... Right, and then that come through the bottom, and you could just drag the whole thing out.
You got 5 minutes left in this ship before...
It's one of the ways a lot of people used to do this before we got a little bit more clean about it, was to just pull the whole damn thing down to the barge like that. And then the reactor would release itself. The problem is that sometimes it wouldn't, and you'd get a reactor would continue to melt down even once it was on the barge. But, you know, I don't think anybody does that anymore. I've never seen anybody do that for a long time anyway. But that's what you would do if you wanted to release the coolant first and give yourself a lot longer time to deal with reactor meltdown. Now, I have melted a lot of pipe doing that, which is, you know,
Salvage destroyed.
worth quite a bit, so I don't really want to do that. But yeah, that's what I would do if I was in a position where I absolutely had to disconnect it from the ECU. So like if they started making it absolutely necessary to disconnect it from the ECU before dragging it out, fair enough. But the only difference is... Shit. I just accidentally incinerated the ECU. I don't know how I did that. Oh, there was still a canister in there. Maybe I cut through the canister and just forgot.
Raw material.
That's a pain in the arse. But yeah, that's how I would do it. And sometimes I do that. Sometimes you're in a position where you kind of have to do that. But the only difference that it makes disconnecting the ECU first is it gives you a longer period of time before the reactor completely melts down, which gives you longer to get it on the barge. But, you know, that's not the end of the world if you don't. Now, here, this is what I was talking about before. So, now you can use your split saw and kind of go, well, let's make a big hole there, and make a big hole there. But then, you've got to sort of cut round without hitting all the seats and things, right? And then melt away these side bars, or cut through them, you know, or cut through that with a split saw. I just prefer to just melt this entire panel out. It takes a while because it's quite large, so I've got to let the cutting tool cool off a little bit between cuts, but it will eventually go. And of course, it would have taken longer, but I've disconnected this bit because I cut through it with a split saw first. There we go, see? And then, once you've done that, you see, you can get everything just down through the floor. And it's simple and straightforward.
Registered. Transferring credits.
But it's still a little bit of a pain, because... Air filter. It's still a little bit of a pain, because... Why is... What? Oh, that sometimes when you disconnect stuff like that, right, I'm trying to send that down to the barge, and if I hadn't been concentrating and seen the yellow outline, I might well have done a charged push there, which would have forced me backwards into this wall, and I'd have gotten seriously hurt. But sometimes, even when you melted it away from stuff, if it's connected by this seat, which is connected to it as part of the floor, so look, see? Oops.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Cutter, you got 1 minute left. Time to shift your biscuits.
Shift your biscuits. That makes me uncomfortable when you say that, Weaver, I've got to be honest.
Credit applied.
It's not really an expression that we have here. So, just
Salvage gold.
makes me a little uneasy.
Additional rewards assigned.
Got to be honest. But you can see, I think, now, you can get an idea of how much of a pain in the ass this could be if you didn't do that with the floor. And if you're not willing to sort of sacrifice an aluminium panel,
Credits awarded.
I don't really know. I mean, you'd probably be able to get it all out through there, but it would be an extra pain in the ass doing that. Ooh.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
There's another repair kit there. Three, two, one. Oh, did I get that repair kit or not? Left it too late to grab it. So we're doing okay. We got like another 150. So that's not really. So finishing this ship isn't going to take us to rank 16 quite. Ow.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52.
I'm going to head out too. All right, Gegs. Good night, my friend. Thank you for dropping by, buddy. Always appreciate it. So we should have an ion coil now for this, right? Oh, we've also picked up a data drive. Data miner. You used to get links tokens for decoding the data drive. So you get links tokens for filling out work orders, which are no longer a thing, but you used to get work orders used to be like your salvage goals were, but now it's like salvaging so much of the ship in sections. So they're your salvage goals at which you get rewards, right? So now you have this salvage goal bar, but instead of that, you used to have work orders. So when you go out to do a ship, you could pull up a work order list and it would say salvage on this particular ship, salvage, I don't know, 15 seats, 2 heat sinks, 20 computer terminals, and I don't know, 2 thrusters or something like that. And for every one of these that you would do, it was like a check, and you would do all of those. And actually was going to make a bunch of videos at the time, which were just work order videos to see how quickly we could fill the work orders without doing anything else. But you also used to get some links tokens for decoding the data drives, but not anymore. Right, so let's put this ion coil on.
Looks like you're trying to operate on your ship. Would you like help with that?
The fuse. Oh, we need another 2 filters.
Those are improving. Keep it up.
Oh, I need another 2 filters, that's it.
Nice work.
I don't think there's any food dispensers on those. I mean, you'd think there would be, wouldn't you? On a passenger liner, but I don't think so. Uh, 94. What can we do with that? Gravel thrusters. No. Not interested in messing with the scanner. When can I buy? Oh, I can buy my helmet at rank 19. Buy the work suit at rank 19. Buy the demo charges at... Oh no, I don't think we do that. Thruster, sorry. Thruster at rank 18. I can buy my thrusters. Scanner at rank 20. Grapple at rank 18. Cutter at rank 19. Okay. Let's... Okay. Get those 2 range upgrades. And then that's it. We'll be good for that. Right. There we go. Oh dear. Right. Let's go back. And continue salvaging all those computers and God knows what else is in there.
All right, kids. I want to try something.
Oh no.
Back in the 21st century, some of the most successful leaders combined aspects of mysticism into their management style. We're gonna try something called yoga. We'll start with Steiner.
Huh? What?
I'm gonna turn off your suit control, and you're gonna...
See? Now this is where it starts. So Hal, at the moment, up until now, he's just been a pain in the ass, right? But he's obviously trying to impress higher up management at Lynx, right? And he's an asshole of the highest caliber. So this is where he starts actually putting people in danger, trying to do his job. Well, I like the idea of goals and quotas. I understand why they went with a credits earned or thingy model. Yeah. So now you've got this salvage goals thing, which this bar that's across the top. But I did like the work orders were always fun. But yeah, this is where Hal actually goes from just being an asshole to being a dangerous asshole.
Just focus on your breathing, okay?
I'm in the middle of moving a fuel cell road. No.
Okay, now breathe slowly. In through the nose.
I'm drifting towards the furnace, Rhodes! Rhodes! I'm drifting!
You're not listening, Luke. In through the nose now.
It's hot! It's hot!
And out through the mouth.
No! Help!
Clearly not a lot of leadership potential in you, Lou.
God. Rhodes, you psychopath!
We'll try this again another time, when tempers aren't so high.
Yeah. See, the guy's he's a dangerous asshole.
Salvage deposit.
He'd like no thought to anybody's safety or anything else.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
These station hopper geckos have actually gotten worse because
Salvage deposit registered.
these big
Credited.
bins, the overhead bins, actually, it never used to have those. So it just had like a million. I mean, they're better in some ways because what it did used to have instead of all these bins, these overhead bins here, the entire ceiling was just covered in computer terminals and you had to take them all off one at a time. Which was a pain in the ass, I guess. I guess it is probably better doing this.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
This man is middle management and can't. I know, right? I can't be doing with people that speak in fridge magnet and think that they're imparting real wisdom. Like, just try that. That is one of my buttons. I can't be doing with that. Fridge magnet talk is no. It drives me fucking bananas. But I can deal with fridge magnet references and things like that, today is the first day of the rest of your life and all that sort of shit. But what I really, really hate is people that quote that crap as though it's the deepest thing they ever heard and as though they're a genius for having pointed this out. Middle management types, generally. You know the type. The David Brents of the world. Michael Scott. No, I don't need that. I won't be bothered with it. Woo. There we go. You can see why, these whole rooms are just a pain in the ass, because a lot of this is just taking stuff apart one thing at a time. It's not the most fun about this job, I'll be honest. Oh, look at that. God damn it. Seriously? Right. Oh. Okay, there. There we go. Sort that out and take that. Right. I don't think this is going to work, but we can try. No! Okay, that's better.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Off you go. There you go. Alright, we sorted that out.
Salvage accepted.
Probably going to be quicker to melt this and pull those through there than it is to melt that floor in there. Floor's a lot harder to melt through than the door. Yeah. Will I be playing other games, Supop? Yes, definitely. I'm only actually playing Shipbreaker. I mean, I'll occasionally dip back into Shipbreaker just because I like playing it, but at the moment, I'm only playing Shipbreaker till we finish the story. Once we've done with the story, I'll move on to something else. So we got depending on what, we got far changing tides. I did say, I've had a couple of comments recently on my Outer Wilds review, ultimate review, that about have I tried the Echoes of the Eye, because those who are regulars of mine will know that Outer Wilds is one of my favorite games of all time, and I just raved about it endlessly. But so what I did eventually was I played it again all the way through on stream, but I do have the Echoes of the Eye, the DLC for it, which I haven't played. So I'm going to do that on stream. We're going to play stuff like Saints Row. Before I moved to this house, before my long break from streaming when we moved here, we played the first hour of Far Changing Tides, because I'd already played through Far Lone Sails. So we played through Far Changing Tides. So I'm going to finish that off. Somewhere in here, there we go. I'm not bothered about the ladder, but I'm taking the console, because that's worth thousands. So yeah, we do Far Changing Tides. We'll finish off Far Changing Tides. We'll start probably again from the beginning. I'm going to play a lot of Saints Row, I think. We're definitely going to do stuff like Starfield. I think I might play... We'll see, but I might play Deliverer's Mark. God, I've got an itchy nose. Sorry. It feels like there's a spider crawling up the side of my feet. God damn it. I think I might play like Deliverer's Mars. I'm just going to melt this floor. Is that... No. I've deadpanned responded to that level of free wisdom with today is the tomorrow of yesterday. While true and flowery, it's pointless. Yes. Correct. Yeah, that's a good point. I too have noticed they don't... It tends to completely baffle. Those kind of people have got very little imagination, I find. So it tends to completely baffle them when you say things like that. They're like... You can see him almost trying to work out whether what you've just said is clever or pointless. It is funny.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
A food bag. Now I'm really excited. All right, let's take this off. Battery pack.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Furnace time. Okay, yeah, see, now you got to go through all the compartments and make sure they're empty of stuff. Now, if you think that's bad on the station hopper Gecko here, I can promise you, on the salvage runner, that's just a nightmare. I hate those things. I really hate them. Look, Another overhead bin. Oh, come on.
Salvage
Beep, 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 beep. Okay, so we're done with that. There wasn't anything in there. Back here, we're going to melt through the floor again. Because I can. There's nothing you can do about it. Eat it, Lynx.
salvage destroyed. Please revisit your training. Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Personal terminal.
All right. This is your 5-minute warning, Cutter.
Thank you.
5 minutes left. We were out.
Oh god. Look at this.
Salvage registered. Transfer
Oop.
credits. Salvage goal cleared.
So this is why I don't do a lot of station hoppers. Because there's a lot of this random, pointless removal of stuff one at a time like that.
Salvage accepted.
It's alright, now and again, it doesn't bother me too much, but to do them all the time is a bit of a pain in the ass. So now, I think we just about emptied the entire skin of the place. Revo! Thanks for the sub, Revo. I appreciate it. Good to have you here in the arcade. I don't know whether you're actually watching the stream or whether you're just watching one of my videos or have watched.
Salvage deposit
But
ready.
whichever it is,
Account credited.
thanks for the sub. It's appreciated. Right, now comes the fun bit, as long as you do it right. Because now we've got a tow. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, power generator. Nearly forgot the power generator. Boosh. Up, up, up. There we go. Where's the other fuse? Other side? This one? Top? No? Oh, it's there. God damn. I don't know if we're going to have time to complete this properly, but I'm not coming out for the hull. Up, 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 up. There we go. Right, so now let's get that taken off. Nearly forgot the power generator. Right, so we've got to tow all of this into the furnace, but the thing is that the furnace, that it's too... we've got to tow all of this into the furnace, but it's too heavy. So we've got to cut through a bunch of it. Cut it into pieces. See, look at that. That's the confetti kind of thing that I keep talking about. It's just a pain. Okay. And there's always something. When you try and get it towed into the furnace, you realise there's always like a little bar or a strut or something you've forgotten to cut through, or you missed. Look at the mess I'm making now. Look. Hate this crap. A lot of mess. Yeah, somewhere there'll always be something you forgot to cut. But I don't think we're going to do it anyway, because it's like, it's too heavy. And there's not a lot of time left. Whee. Yeah, I don't think that's not going in there in a minute. It's going to take way too long.
Cutter, got about 1 minute to make your mark on this shift.
Yeah, don't think that's going in there in time. Let's just use up all the tethers on this one bit. We're not going to manage with the other piece, but maybe we can get this bit in. Come on, 45 seconds. Tidy up some bits of crap while we're at it. Did I see it? Oh.
Raw material deposited. Transferring credits.
Ah, look at that. Oh, there's a shadow somewhere on there that I couldn't work out where it was coming from. 20 seconds. Don't think we're going to do it, look. Oh, it's going in. No, we might. Come on. Yes. Come on, push me over that last level.
Material deposit.
Go. Yes, there we go. All right, we got all of our points, so I'm not going back out there for the other half of that. I can tow it away. I don't care. Cut it a butcher. Right, so that's that one done.
Cutter 9346-52. Your designated sleep period is now over. Have a great day.
Thanks. I'll do my best, lady. Cheers. What do we need for this? No. There. Filters 2 of. Food dispensers and what? Increase the range. Grapple range, because that would have helped with that. That would have helped with that piece of runaway stuff. There we go. To buy a load of repair kits when I go outside. Right. So now, let's see what they've got for me. So there's a heavy cargo, and I do love those. It does have a filter on it, so that is what we're going to do. Because these are my favourite ships to cut down. I love these. I love tearing these things apart. Right, but we're like got only half our tethers left, so that's the first thing. Tethers and fuel. Right, so as usual, first thing you want to do is go through and pull all of the loose rammel off it. So we get these little utility arms.
Applying credit to account.
Tear those off. What are we looking like on the inside? It's all pressurized. Nope. Antenna. And we'll take that thing
Salvage
off.
deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Sorry, thought I could hear the railgate charging. Is it? I believe it is, you know. Woo! There it goes. Lovely. No! What, who are we norming? Who came in? Chat takes ages to catch up. HJ, how you doing, buddy? You at work still? Oh, don't take that off because we're going to need to take that in a minute. This is armor plating, so we need to remove this. Whee. Okay. This goes in the barge. Bit of a pain because we've got to get around all this damn thing. Armor plating. Quite often I accidentally send that to the processor. I don't know why.
Secured. Account credit applied.
I feel like it used to go in the processor, but maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm just imagining it. Like, you know, a long time ago I'm talking about. Right, I don't want to cut through that from that side because I'm going to risk cutting through that sensor array, which I don't want to do. You see? See? Finished and never want to go back. Wait, you finished at work for... Okay. Boing. There we go. Right. Righty-ho.
Salvage accepted.
Cargo hatch. That's from the inside, so... Let's get rid of this now. Bzzzt. There we go. Boosh. Down you go. Right. Anything...
Registered.
There might be
Transferring credit.
some antenna at the rear end. I don't think so, though. Oh, these... You can get rid of these, which... they're not much of a pain, but they can be a bit of an issue. Sometimes. You know, if you're trying to avoid the furnace with these things, you just take off these little rudders. Because they're quite heavy.
Processing valuable object.
As you can see. Look at that, barely moved. Right, now we can go inside. I can remember where the... Oh, there we go. Can remember where the airlock is. Whee! Boosh. Okay.
Airlock pressurizing.
Oh, okay, right. Now. Look at that. Turn the light on makes almost no difference at all. This is what I'm talking about. Can you see why these are one of my favourite ships? Look, I mean, these things are just cavernous inside. They're absolutely huge. Big, empty, sprawling... There's a filter. But this is one of the reasons I like these. Look, they're just massive. But I'm going to hope, in a minute, I'm going to hit this atmo regulator and hope that it clears out the entire space, because if it doesn't, I mean, it will, don't worry about it, but that was a bit of a problem.
Airlock pressurizing.
You see there, it blew in like an atmosphere, an asteroid chunk, and that can really, really mess up your equipment. Has it depressurized the ship? Okay, so see, this is just weird. Look, this was all. The whole cargo hold was pressurized. This room was not, right? So, but there's no hull breach. There's nothing like that. So where has all the air gone? Because the entirety of this now is depressurized. Look, you see all the little red squares? That means that's all depressurized. Well, the only bit that is pressurized is the airlock that I came through, right? That makes no sense. So, like the sort of janky physics, that seems to be another thing that they've... That seems to be another thing they've kind of messed up on a bit in this update. Hey, Caden, how you doing, buddy? Here, Caden Cabin Norm, look. There you go. Welcome back. So, also, it's what I was going to say, but now you'll be able to see for yourself. What I was going to say was that there was a piece of an asteroid shard in there. And the problem is, when you have to explosively depressurize one of these, when it's got an asteroid shard, those things are, as you can imagine, very big and sharp and heavy. So they fly about the place, puncturing stuff like ta-da, coolant lines, which there you go, see? Something punctured that coolant line. As apparently all the air from inside this massive gargantuan spacecraft got sucked into that room, which wasn't pressurized, and then what? Where did it go? Didn't go outside. Like, no hull breaches in here, and even if there were, there's that's the inner hull, there's the outer hull as well. Like, so where did it all go? Anyway, I don't know. Let's go and, before anything else really bad happens, let's go and disconnect these thrusters. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that's something else they're going to have to fix, because they've obviously wrecked that with the thing. So again, once I said before, instead of sitting here doing these individually, right, use your tethers and just connect them to each other like that. And they'll pull each other off the hull. Okay. So you can just do that. And then we get to do the fun bit. No, as long as we don't accidentally cut into that fuel tank. Ah. The klaxon alarm of success. I played enough oxygen, not doing very good, just landed myself a new job. Cool. What's your new job, buddy? If you don't mind me asking. The klaxon alarm of success. Played enough oxygen, not included, to know that that's not how pressure equalization works. No, well, the thing is, it isn't normally in this. Normally they've got that right, but as I've said many times, when they update this game, they introduce bugs, and then they get rid of the bugs, and everything's fine for a while. Then they bring in another update, and that, you know, like a lot of games, but in this, it's usually the physics that takes the hit. But now, we get to do the fun bit, which is to start getting a bit crazy with the old split saw. Whee! Oh, it's going to be a mess up there, look. That one. Ooh, that fuel line. Watch that there fuel line, son. Okay. You don't want to accidentally cut through those shipping crates if you can help it. Actually, I don't think I've ever accidentally cut through a shipping crate on these. I don't know. I don't even know what happens if you do. I assume they're just wrecked like anything else you accidentally cut through. Go. Nice. Right, so we're right up against that fuel line, and it's ruptured in one place now, so we want to be careful that we don't
5 minutes left.
get frozen as we go down there. Look.
Entirely up to you. We're out.
There we go. Yeah, I don't want to get too close to that because it'll just freeze me. Look, it's already frozen part of the hull, or one of the cut points. That's not a problem because we're going to melt through that anyway, but there we go. Right, that's the bottom of that done. Let's open this airlock. Which I apparently can't because I've cut through the... Oh, that's a pain. Oh, that's not good. Oh dear. Never mind. Never mind. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Boosh. Shit, cut through the aluminium. Didn't notice that was an aluminium panel. These are good. These used to be these little clamps. They used to have four tiny clamps instead of these two long ones. It's a little thing, but it makes a lot of difference. And then if you cut the cable mounting away from the side. Oh, and these big cargo hatches. There are only 2 doors on this one, but on the bigger ones, you get 4 of these. There we go. Nah.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
Oh, goddamn fuel leak. Coolant leak, rather. Can't believe that happened. What I really, really hate, that's what bothers me about when you get the little bugs in this, is that I don't mind something going wrong if it was my fault, right? But when it happens because the physics is a bit messed up, that drives me a bit bananas. What is this thing? Sensor mount or something? Yep.
Salvage deposit
Hello?
secured. Credits awarded.
Didn't even notice that. Oh, no, I've got to take those. Right, so that, for example, see that? I'm trying to take out that panel there. Thinking, look, that's loose. So I can send that into the barge. But the problem is that the shipping containers here, I was wondering why that wasn't moving, but the shipping containers are still attached to it. So they're getting hooked up on the bits of the ship that are still attached. And then they won't move. So just remove the bottom one, and that'll loosen them all. Okay. You still have to separate if there's a stack of, like, let's see, like this one's a stack of 3, so that you still have to remove that middle one to make them all free floating. But now that should just go, which it now will. Oh, there you go.
You got about 1 minute till the yard goes dark, Cutter.
Thank you, Weaver. What do I do about those cable junctions here? Okay.
Valuable object processed.
Oh crap! Stupid asshole. There we go. Now we can take that off. Steer it around there. And just whoop, see? And then that.
Salvage. Account credited.
And go over there.
Processing valuable deposit.
And I guess we're going in. Operations coordinator. I guess that doesn't really help me a lot because I don't know what operations you're coordinating. But that's okay. You don't need to. Congratulations on the new job anyway. One way or the other. Glad to see you've got a new job. Right. So. What was that? I got a massage from somewhere. Somebody sent me a massage. Got a fucking message. It's Richard. It's our good friend Richard taking a piss.
Hello, Shipbreaker 9346-52. Lynx would like to share the following inspirational message. Some people dream of great salvage.
Yes.
While other people get up every morning and make it happen.
Yeah. Ooh. I bet I only picked up one filter, didn't I? Yep. Oh. Yep. Need another one. From something. Equipment. Nope, that's all good. Right. Oh. Let's put that.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000.
Tethers.
Thank you for your
Okay.
Restored.
Oh, that pisses me off. Right, let's remove that. Because then we can send that in there. And oh yeah, there you go. See, that's connected with let's remove that. Oop. There you are, you little beasties. Now, sometimes these big cable junctions, it's helpful to just let them.
Accepted for processing.
You can send them in there together with the panels that they're on, because then you can send one, like a huge section of the one half of the ship in all at one go, and it'll take it'll take those bits with it, and it just makes your life a lot easier. But right, see, like this piece here, see that the top panel of that is aluminium, but the aluminium in this is worth nothing. So even if there was 3 times that amount of aluminium, it would still be more worth your while sending it into the processor just for the little bit of nanocarbon that's on it, which is worth more than the aluminium. Whee!
Salvage secured.
Ah,
Credits deposited.
okay.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
You can daisy chain these together if you like, but I don't find it very efficient. What you'll find, look, that'll twist away from there, and then the tether might reach breaking strain as it tries to pull that past there. And even if none of it does happen, sometimes you just end up with floating shipping crates just lingering out there because you daisy chained them together and something went wrong halfway down the line and you didn't see it. So quite often although it can sometimes be useful to daisy chain stuff together, a lot of the time it causes more problems than it solves.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Ooh. Meh, meh. Is that still no, good, we're good. It's all good.
Deposit secured.
What
Credits
is
awarded.
that? A heat sink. Okay, cool. Get off. Another keel.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Do you still do the race? I don't compete in the race anymore. And welcome, Pliskin, by the way. Here, have one of these. Is that a goose impression because of the group chat? Long time since you played. Yeah, no, I don't do the races anymore. They are still in the game. They are still a thing. The reason I don't do them anymore is because I have, ever since I was like 18 years old, I have a little bit of a problem with my joints in my hands and like my wrists. So using a keyboard to play a game, after a while it makes me really uncomfortable, right? So I always played with a controller, which as it was made me a little bit slower than everybody else that was doing the race, just a tiny bit, but I could still be competitive. I could still get up near the top of the leaderboard quite often when I used to do the race. But then they added the demo charges, right? So they added the demo charges there. And once they added the demo charges, there was no more room on the controller so you could just flick quickly between tools at the push of a button, right? So once they did that, it added only a couple of seconds to those of us who were using a controller because we have problems with the keyboards. And it just added enough time to make me just not competitive in the race anymore. So at that point, I wasn't really able to compete anymore. So I just didn't bother. Didn't bother, you know, in true sports movie style. You know, you can always hear the music, can't you? Da 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 da. You know, as they slow motion for that last shot. And for me, I didn't bother. Babe Ruth and
Transferring credits.
people like that. They're the people that get movies.
Rewards.
Who makes the movies about people that can't be bothered? I don't know. We need a movie. Right. So...
Salvage accepted. Credit applied. Object accepted for processing.
What?
Credits deposited.
There we go.
Salvage
Ugh.
applying credit.
Look at that. Love it. Love it. Love it. Is this still you two talking to each other? A goose impression because of the group chat. No, I didn't even know that he'd sent that. I don't. Yes, that's Richard and HJ chatting with each other.
Credits awarded.
Right. Concentrating on my stream community. We'll talk to the people that matter. Right. So let's cut through these here. Oh, for God's sake. There's the roof. There it goes. See, now there, it's going to pull all of that with it. But I think that tether's going to break. Yeah, there we go. Come on. Just go. What? For God's sake. What did I... Oh, okay. There you go. Whee! There you go. That'll sort itself out. Don't worry about that. And it.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded. Material.
Oh, shit, 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 shit. No, 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 you don't. I matter because I'm here too. Yeah. All right, buddy. You do. You do. You're right. You're right. Oh. Oh, man. Really slow. Oh, I see. Ah. Disconnect that. Sorry, I'm just going to pull this away from here a bit so that it frees up the crap that's inside and I don't accidentally tug any of that into the... I don't accidentally pull any of that into the furnace, into the processor. Yeah, make sure we've got all of that free. Right, that's cool. See, that's enough. That's all you have to do. Just pull it forward a bit. And you're good. Oh, it's going to clang against the bottom of there. Not to worry.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
No, no.
Salvage
Oh no,
secured.
it did.
Account
I thought I'd
credit
missed that.
applied.
Oh, that I was going to cut off that bit of keel, but frankly, it's pulling it all in there anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's all going to the same place. Yoink.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Processor deposit accepted.
There we go.
Credits awarded.
Ah. Look at that evil thing. There we go. That was easier than it normally is. Look at this. I think it might be slowly listing because of that coolant vent
Salvage
that we've got.
cleared.
Because the coolant's venting.
If you're fixing to dot the I's and cross the T's, you got about 5 minutes to do it.
Yeah. Right, let's pull these thrusters out of there before I send that. Before I tether that to go to the processor, using my patented tailpiece tether method.
Transferred.
We pull all these out because otherwise it'll just scoop them along with it and then I'll forget all about them. So again, these massive tailpieces can be a bit of a pain in the backside because they'll get dragged into the furnace if you don't watch what you're doing. So if you put one at the top, one at the bottom there, on the edge of the bay, and then tether one there to that and jack, and it should pull that. The tailpiece should be pulled to about there, and you'll be right. But if you just let it go by itself and just use 2 tethers and tether it to the bay, quite often the furnace will get hold of it, and that's that. You've just lost a massive piece of nanocarbon that is worth a fortune.
Salvage deposited.
Whee.
Applying credit to account.
Okay, Shay, Mordred's here.
Applying credit.
Yeah, okay. Let's... There. Get that out of the way. Oh, will you just move? Come on, big fat fecking thing. Right, while that's happening, let's take this time to cut away some of these fuel lines. That scared the crap out of me. Mordred was here before, by the way. Like, he just didn't say much. I assume that's why you normed. Ow! You see these fuel pipes? You know, I keep talking about that, like the janky physics and how sometimes this thing goes in this game. There was a time when people would use you could sort of exploit the janky physics to your benefit. So an entire ship, like massive ship, if you grabbed hold of one of the fuel lines, you couldn't move that ship. Right, you could grab it with your grappler. You could attach 50 tethers to it, and it wouldn't move an inch. But what you could do is get one of those fuel lines, which moves around quite easily, and then just hook it under a part of the frame of the ship, and then the entire ship would move. See, it's weird. It's it's got to be a difficult thing to do, coding all of this crap. But yeah, the janky physics can be a little bit of a problem sometimes. Right, that's an asteroid shard. And that goes in there. Now, I don't think I can get rid of this tailpiece, because it's going to have to wait until the end. I think that's actually going to have to wait until the entire frame's gone. Because this thing's listing over to one side because of the coolant. Okay. That's a pain. God damn it. Right, we need to cut some of that away. Let's... As soon as that tailpiece is away, if I'm going to try to deal with the...
Processing valuable
I'm
deposit.
going to try to deal with the reactor next, so that I can shut that coolant off, because I'm pretty sure
Additional rewards.
that coolant venting might be what's slowly causing the thing to list. No, that's not free. There we go. Beat. Okay.
Valuable objects processed. Credits awarded.
Oh my god.
Minute left, Cutter.
Yeah, it's turning it almost entirely on its side now.
Now time to skedaddle.
Now time to skedaddle. So obviously we're not going to deal with the reactor in this shift since we've only got a minute left. But we'll come back out and do it in a moment.
Processing valuable objects. Credits.
This is a pain. Can't believe I cut the power to this damn thing. Why does that one work?
Airlock depressurizing.
That's really weird. I don't know why the interior one didn't work. I assumed it was because I'd cut the power to it somehow, but if the top one works, that can't be the case.
Salvage registered.
Right, let's
Transferring
let me
credits.
get rid of that before it all goes horribly wrong. Right, okay.
Salvage deposit.
So the next shift, we're just going to deal with that. And on this occasion, I am going to probably disconnect the ECU. We'll see. Rank 16. 12.5 million in that shift. Not a bad day's work.
Hello, Shipbreaker 9346-52.
Stargazer Gecko unlocked.
Share the following inspirational message.
They're alright. Again, a bit of a pain, but they're, you know, it's just something different because they're full of science equipment and the layout of those is completely different than any of the other geckos. Oh, and now ghost ships. Ugh. Who cares about ghost ships?
Cutter, I want to check in with you about Hal. Listen, back round where I grew up, you cross paths with all kinds of critters. Possums, coyotes, bears. And once in a while, you find yourself nose to nose with a bobcat. A bobcat's an unpredictable creature. A scared one, just as likely to fight tooth and nail as it is to scamper away. Now, Hal is terrified of not measuring up to the rest of us, failing, losing his status, and he's fixing for a fight, driven by that fear inside. Thing is, Bobcat's just another animal. Hal, he's only human. You understand his fear. You can reason with him. So,
I'm not so sure about that.
I'm working on taming our local wildcat. Now you stay strong. We'll be through this soon enough. See you out there, Cutter.
We will be through this soon enough, actually, because I tell you what's weird. So, unless they've, it is possible that with the last update they've tweaked, because I didn't bother to look, because it was an update that flew under the radar and it was mainly just bug fixes, right? I didn't look. I didn't pay any attention to what they'd brought. I do usually make a video talking about the updates and what's changed, but I didn't bother to this time because it was a little update that flew right under the radar. But I'm wondering if they've done some rebalancing in the levels, because I'm rank 16 now, and at rank 16... that's 3 ranks to go until rank 19, and by rank 19 in my private playthrough, my old one, by rank 19, I had completed the story. I'd finished it by the end of rank 19. So before I got to rank 20, I'd completed the story. It was done. But now I'm rank 16, and there's like a big grit your teeth, you bastard, shake an angry fist moment that comes at the end of Act 2 of the story. And that hasn't even happened yet. So a bit that comes at the end of Act 2 hasn't even happened. So unless they've removed that, and they've taken that out of the story altogether, that's not even occurred yet. But there's a load of stuff that happens throughout the story, through Act 2, that I haven't even seen. And by rank 19, I'd finished the story entirely. I'd completed Act 3. So I wonder if they've rebalanced things with this latest update. I wonder if they've tweaked it a bit. It's really strange. Right, let's make some repairs. Oh, I need repair kits. Buy some more repair kits. Let's sort that cooling capacity, heat capacity down. Range on the grapple. Don't need any of those. Demo charges probably could do with more of those, I guess. So yeah, all right. Right. Repair kits. First thing I do when I go outside, repair kits. Repair kits, repair kits. Right, to the key. Oh, I need tethers anyway.
Man, don't know about all of you, but ghost ships really creep me out.
I mean, they're not really ghost ships, Kai. Just some malfunctioning AI. Nothing to be afraid of.
There we go.
I'm not so sure. They give me a really weird feeling, especially with that high-pitched scream when you cut them.
Wait. What scream?
Yeah, you know, when you cut them.
They're winding Kai up.
Talking about.
They're winding Kai up.
Well, I'm really confused right now. You're not hearing this? Are you messing with me?
I swear. Kai, we're not messing with you.
Yeah, they're messing with you, buddy.
You, Cutter, right?
Just a lot of superstition around these things. Like Lou said, just a pile of old AI tech. Nothing more.
Credit applied.
Right. Now, this is a bit of a pain in the ass because
Processor deposit accepted.
so we melt this off. Look, let's get rid of this. So we take that corner off so we get this pipe out of the way. Because can you see how this is being pushed towards the... Look, it's being pushed into the furnace. So I've got to do this now, or it's not going to happen. Because of that coolant leak, it's slowly pushing what's left of this ship, including the most expensive thing on it, i.e. the reactor.
Processing object.
And it's pushing it all into the furnace. And I can't stop that until I get rid of the reactor. So let's pull the reactor. There we go. So pull the reactor out, and then we're going to disconnect the ECU.
Salvage deposit secured.
Quickly before, because I'm tired of this happening. It's just gonna push anything of value left right into the furnace. So let's disconnect it so we can stop that coolant leak. Right, that should have stopped the coolant leak. Now, I don't know that the coolant leak is what's pulling it towards the furnace, but it's stopped the leak now, see? No more coolant leak. So, now, I need to get rid of all this crap at this end, and then pull all the stuff out from this end of the ship, so that I don't mind it going into the furnace, because that's where I want this section to go once I've removed anything off it that's of any value. The furnace is where it should be going. Alright. Look at that. Not a nightmare. Right, take that away. Oh man. Wow, that was really hung up on that ladder there.
Salvage secured. Credit.
Because that furnace is a hungry, hungry beastie.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Right, let's take that out. Whee. Oh, get off. Oh, I hate it when your ship kilters over and goes sideways like this, because you like lose, like it completely disorients you when you come out of a part of the ship. You get completely thrown off by it. Right, okay. So now I need to cut through this at a second point. I'm trying to cut these pipes out of the way so I can get rid of that reactor housing. Right, there we go. That'll find its way back. So, and I think there's a... Is there a heat sink over there? There's a heat sink, right?
Deposit accepted for processing.
Okay, there we go. Right, now, that should come out. I can pull all those panels off individually, but it's a bit of a pain. Frankly, it's just easier to do this.
Salvage destroyed. Please pay attention.
I was paying attention, that's why I intentionally destroyed the salvage, lady. Have you ever lost a good chunk of the ship due to being near the furnace?
Processing valuable.
I've lost very expensive components due to that happening. And in this case, I'm assuming it was because of the coolant line. And if it was, that's great, because that is... I mean, it's not great in the sense that that coolant line bursting wasn't my fault. It was... The coolant line bursting in the first place was a fault of the physics being a bit messed up at the moment. Until they fixed that. Because what happened in the interior there shouldn't have happened. But if the coolant line burst, that venting of the coolant line was what was pushing it slowly towards the furnace, that's great. I love that. That shows that at least that part of the physics of the game is actually working. Oops. Sorry. I crashed up against the jack. Got a little bit carried away there.
Accepted. Credits awarded.
But... I just want to go in here and get the door console. There we go. I didn't hear that airlock go in there. See? Didn't think so. There we go. I'm going to say I didn't hear a ping.
Salvage accepted. Credit.
I got the machine that goes ping. Right. Now... Oh, there it is. There we go. There's the... So we got a heat sink there, look.
Credits awarded.
Right, that's just a keel and a bit of pipe. Yes, but I have lost some very large, very expensive components.
Valuable object accepted.
Like nacelles are the worst thing, because nacelles, when a ship sits, it sits in the bay, and you've got the furnace here, and if you're looking from the back of the bay towards the master jack, you've got the furnace here, and then the processor here. But the nacelles are usually out in the back, and on the big wide ships, they're out near the furnace. So quite often, if the ship sort of tilts over to one side, the nacelles are essentially inside the furnace cone. And there's just almost no way to get them out then without losing him to the furnace, which can be, you know...
Deposit accepted for processing.
It can be a bit of a problem. Right, but now, see, now I can just cut through this bridge here. And that's that. We're done with this half. So that can go into the furnace now. Everything that's attached to that can just go in there. Goodbye! And we're done with that. So that's cool. Then we've just got to go and deal with the... Oh dear, I just sent that into the processor. Shit. Well, that just cost me 78,000 credits. Never mind. You're going to cut one of these pipes into smaller pieces, which I advise you to do whenever possible. Always cut on one of these corner links. Or if you can find it, look there, see? There's a little collar there somewhere. But, you know, they're a little bit more difficult to find, but... I'm going to send that in with a tether, because it's easy. Right, now, let's cut it off there. See if we can hit that collar. Okay. There we go. Now the ECU's in there. I should probably be able to just melt through the floor. It's probably the quickest and easiest way to do it. There we go. ECU's still attached. Okay. There we go. Asteroid shard. Ugh, that's heavy.
Salvage secure.
Oh, damn, that thing's heavy.
Credit applied.
There we go. Uh-oh. Where's that going? No, no, no. Oh. Lost it. Lost it.
Registered.
I'll find it in a bit.
Account credited.
Bottle. That thing off. Some components there that I could use.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Whee.
Salvage goal achieved. Rewards allocated.
Bunny character D. Trip friend. Okay. Chip bag. Bottle. Well, let's clean that out. But now... Oh, there's the glass.
5 minutes remaining in this shift.
The glass.
Well, they're getting
The
good.
bloody glass.
We're out.
Let me go and get that from the inside, because it's easier to push the glass out than it is to pull it, because sometimes it'll just get hung up inside. I don't know why I cut the glass out there. That was a complete waste of time, because this whole section is going into the furnace anyway, so it's just silly. Just silly, really. Right. It was that glass on that side that I wanted to cut out. But I don't think I'm gonna. I think instead I'm gonna melt out the floor. So that I don't have to bother with the glass. Any major additions for this game that have you excited? No, because they haven't really discussed what is coming up, other than a console release, as HJ says. I lost near enough half a javelin because of physics. Like daisy chain. Yeah, daisy chaining can be a bit of a... I just don't bother with it most of the time, except on rare occasions. You'll see me do it with... storage bins and things like that. I'll sometimes do that, and shipping crates sometimes, but most of the time I don't bother, because it very often creates more problems than it solves. But yeah, other than the console release, which I'm excited for selfish reasons more than anything. Firstly, it'll bring a lot more players in, but of course I'm going to do an ultimate review, which I hope to get done before we move house, because if I don't, God knows when I'll get it done. I'm going to start working on it this week, but if I do an ultimate review, then the console release comes out, then I get a flood of new views on that. So, you know, selfish reasons, really. But, as HJ says, that's a good point. Maybe they'll have a controller-only, if you can disable crossplay, which I kind of doubt, but maybe there'll be a controller-only race once they realise that, you know, controller players can't really compete with mouse and keyboard players, not in the race anyway. But yeah, they have said that there may well be new ship types after release.
Salvage secured.
But other than that, they haven't really talked a lot about things that are going to come to the game. You know, things that were going to come to the game post-release. So, this is a nightmare. Right, see, look, you can daisy chain these. Look. Sometimes this can be quite helpful. But because they're only storage bins. But, look now. Oh, see? That's another problem with trying to daisy chain stuff. See, now if I pull one of these out, it should pull them all out. And then we're good, because I can fire that down to the barge. But, see, like, and they all go. But it's one of the only instances in which I daisy chain stuff, because most of the time it just creates more trouble than it solves.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
There we go. Okay. Yeah. God damn it.
Secured. Account credit applied.
Wait, we got that. Oh, god damn power generator. I didn't really want to have to come out here for an entire another shift. I mean, I don't have to. You don't have to come out and spend the entire shift. You can just come out here for 10 seconds if you want to. But I didn't want to, you know, money-wise, I didn't want to come out here for another shift just to get the little bits of rammel that are left. But I'm not going to get all this done in 2 minutes. 2, 3. Okay, 1, 3, 2. Right. I like, when I get that last fuse, I like it to be in darkness. I always like to get the last one on the dark side, if you see what I mean. Because then it's easier to see the light. See? Like that. Easier to see the light. So I always like to leave the dark side one, if possible, to last, so I can see the lights more easily, which I can do even more if I turn my light off. There we go. Right now, turn the light back on. Can have that. Get off. There's a good lad. But I don't think I'm going to get to...
Deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I probably could have, to be honest. If I'd really pushed it there and really got a wiggle on a bit, I could have probably gotten this done.
There's 1 minute left on the clock, Cook.
But not going to happen now. Not in a minute.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Oh, that's glass. Stupid boy. It's not like I didn't know it was glass. It's just for some reason I thought, well, I can see the furnace through the glass, so I should be able to tether to the furnace through the glass. Like an idiot. But if I use enough of these tethers, maybe I won't have to come back outside. Oh, no, I will. Because look. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to have to come back out anyway, look, because I left the tail pieces, and they're worth a fortune. So I'm going to have to come back out anyway. I'm not leaving those. Although, I'll probably pass my level 9 anyway.
Credits deposited.
Because of that going in there.
Incinerated. Don't do that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Oh, no, yeah, we'll come out for a short shift and just run it up. And I pull these things in. Oh, we've done it. Oh, no, I'm not going to. No, I'm not going back outside to wait for all the tethers to pull them into. No. Oh,
Hello,
especially
Shipbreaker.
intercom call.
You have 1 transmission waiting.
Hey, Rook. Lots going on, huh? I hope you're doing okay. I've been checking in on the others, too. Everyone's pretty spooked right now. You know, I've been wondering if it'd be better for me to keep my head down. I've been fighting my whole life. And, well, I'm tired. And I can't tell how much I'm risking myself or risking others. Sometimes feels like no one else is really on the same side. Like, I'm the only one trying. Maybe it's not worth all the energy and risk. Sometimes I wish I was just back home, listening to tapes, tinkering with bikes, having a beer with my old man. Anyway, I'll let you get some rest. See you in the yard. Blue out.
Hello, Shipbreaker.
Hello.
Overnight genetic backup complete. Pattern deviation nominal. Have a good day.
What? So salvage transport Baileys. Genetic backup. Why is that a more expensive shift than that? Was weird. Okay. No, wait. I used to be indecisive, but no, no. Now I'm not sure. Right. 129 links tokens for. We'll get that last charged push force thing, and we'll get that strength upgrade on the. And then I'll probably get one of those. Right now, the thing is that if I leave this now and go save shift, save and exit, it won't. So I am gonna go outside and just tow those other little bits into the furnace.
Material accepted.
Right. So also because I want to be able to just top up my tethers and everything like that afterwards, so that they're ready to go the next time. So let's see what I've left out here. So that was looks like a door console up there or something. What is it? No, it's just a raggy piece of aluminium panel. Anything else? Wow, bunch of stuff. Right. So tether this. Oh. Nope. Right, and this one shouldn't be a problem to get that pretty much over in the right place without getting it towed into the furnace. Yeah, they're going reasonably quickly. Oh, another bottle. Whee. What? Did I accidentally just... I must have... Oh, crap. I didn't cancel the tethers. No, I didn't. No, it's because I put one tether and it turned around. Breaking strain on the tether as it turned to face the other way. Right. That should have gone in there nicely. Yes. So now we can send that in.
Transferring credits.
Come along. There we go. It was nice to see them hit 500,000 players. Yes. Yeah, I'm really sort of pleased to see where they've come with it, because it's well worth it. This game, you know, it's just unique. Like, I don't know another game like it, and you know, I understand completely how it might not be everyone's cup of tea, and I can get how it's probably not that interesting to watch people stream. But you know, it's a brilliant game, and it's so different than anything else that's out there. What's that? What we got? Bottle. No. There we go. Oh, I got a stay hydrated sticker now. All right, that's it. We're done. So right, when I go back in, we pass by the kiosk. I want to just make sure that everything's filled up, so that next time. So there we go. We replace the tethers. Just top up the thruster fuel. And we're good. Right. So that's that sorted. And we'll go inside. Back inside the hab. Back in the hab.
Good morning, Shipbreaker.
Yes, hello.
Please enjoy the following inspirational message. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you do, you will be successful.
Okay, thanks for sharing. So, yeah, we're all done with that now. So that is it for today. I'm going to wrap it up. Look at that. Pretty much bang on time. And we'll be back next time. Now, so one of the weird things is that now, see, we've gotten to level 16. And like I said, by level 19 before, I had completed the entire story. But I wonder if they have rebalanced it somehow. Because one of the things that happens at the end of level 2, at the end of Act 2, hasn't even happened yet. And we're at level 16, whereas I'd finished all 3 acts by level 19 the last time. So I wonder if they've balanced it so that it's spread out a little bit more than it was. Which is, I don't really see how that would affect the other things, but that is a bit strange. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, more of it when we come back the next time. But yes, for those that were asking, yes, I'm going to be playing other games again. But once we've completed the Shipbreaker story, I'll step away from Shipbreaker for a while. And, you know, we'll come back to it maybe when they put new ships in. I'll come back to it a bit and do maybe some tutorials or something at some point when the console release comes out. But, you know, there's a bunch of games coming out, as you know, in the next year, that the next 6 to 12 months that are just going to, you know, they're going to take up a lot of my time, as well as the upcoming house move, which is going to happen within a matter of weeks, really. I mean, it could be as long as 2 months until we move, but I don't... there's no reason at all why it should be any longer than that. And I hope it isn't that long, because that will take us to the beginning of September, and we really want to be in there by then. So anyway, whatever happens, I'll be back, all being well, hoping there's no COVID or the roof doesn't fall in, there's some damn thing. I'll be back next week, streaming more Shipbreaker, and we'll carry on, and we'll try to get through the story. And once we've done that, once we've got through the story, like I say, I'll step away from Shipbreaker for a while, and we'll play something else. You know, lots of stuff, even between there and sort of big games coming out, there's lots of little things to tidy up and things like that. You know, there's more Chivalry 2 that I could play. There's lots of multiplayer stuff that I wanted to play with the guys. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But thank you very much to everyone who turned up today. Always good to see you all, and I hope to see you the next time. But until next time, from Night's Arcade, this is Sleepless Night, saying nighty-night.